Welcome to another episode of Sports Science. I'm your host, Josh Beal. Today we will be talking about the ergonomics of volleyball. To begin, my team and I will first give a brief demonstration and background about what exactly volleyball is.
Volleyball. Volleyball is played in over 200 countries around the world. Volleyball is a team sport in which two teams of 6 players are separated by a net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court. It has been a part of the Summer Olympic Games since 1964. There are 3 types of volleyball. 1. Outdoor sand volleyball. 2. Indoor volleyball. 3. Park/grass volleyball.
Common volleyball injuries. Traumatic injuries. Ankle, knee, and hand injuries account for most acute or traumatic injuries. Include common injuries such as finger sprains or fractures. Ankle injuries account for 15 to 60% of acute injuries. Overuse injuries. Caused by repeated extensive force. Injuries include jumper's knee or stress fractures. Repetitive stress injuries. Result from constant stress occurring on the wrist when hitting or volleying a ball. The goal is to create a game that would be less stressful on the bodies of young athletes, yet enjoyable and competitive enough to keep young people fit. A study found that volleyball, unbelievably, is the 8th most injury-prone sport in the age group of 14 to 20-year-olds. The majority of volleyball injuries keep a player out, though, less than 4 days.
Blocking and spiking. Blocking followed by spiking account for the highest rates of injury. Defensive players are much less likely to get injured than other players on the court. Serious injuries are caused by collision of the player hitting the ball running into the blocking player. Those who play volleyball are more likely to suffer overuse injuries due to blocking and spiking. Take a look at the clip.
Jumping and landing on the hardwood floor continuously causes strain on all joints and ligaments. A notable player's back and shoulders are both exposed when the player dives to dig a ball and lands improperly. Here's an example of this common injury.
Tips for preventing back and shoulder injury. Proper strength training techniques to strengthen muscles. Decrease jumping activities. Proper warm-up before play. Vary your shots. It is not necessarily important to hit the ball as hard as you can on every shot.
Overuse of the legs and knees account for the majority of injuries in volleyball. The foot, ankle, and knee experience repeated heavy loads during jumping and landing in volleyball. Jumper's knee is the most frequent overuse injury in volleyball players. Up to 80% of overuse injuries are from jumper's knee. Here's the demonstration to follow.
Tips for preventing knee and leg injury. Do not bend knees more than 90 degrees at takeoff and landing. Do not turn feet and lower legs outward when jumping. Avoid playing on hard surfaces when practical. Wear shoes designed for volleyball and wear knee braces.
In order to have as much fun as possible, volleyball safety is something you must always keep in mind. When preparing to play volleyball, you must have all of the equipment you need to play safely. There are several types of equipment that you can wear that can help prevent injuries. The protective equipments are knee, elbow pads, ankle brace, wrist brace, palm skids, finger sleeves, and proper clothing, shoes. Warm up. You should always warm up before you play. An effective warm up should do 3 things. 1. Elevate body temperature. 2. Loosen muscles and tendons to increase the range of motion in various joints. 3. Increase blood flow throughout the body. Here's an example. As you can see, volleyball is a fun, rapidly growing sport played in over 200 countries. Although unexpected injuries happen regardless of the sport, applying the right technique along with the proper warm-up and cool-down procedures will greatly help reduce season-ending injuries. For Sports Science on Ergonomics, I'm your host, Josh Beal.